The moment a boy turns into a man is the moment that he stops talking and just starts doing. A lot of guys will hype themselves up before they take action. A lot of guys will share their plans, their ambitions with their friends and with their families before they've even taken the first step to taking action. They'll tell people about it. And then their friends and family will come to them with their reservations, potentially some critiques, some areas for improvement, some things to think about, some things to worry about. And a lot of guys will hear those reservations and hear those critiques and start to panic. They panic and they panic. They question themselves. They doubt their ability to do what they wanted to do. And eventually they decide it's not worth it. And they allow the idea to die. Now look, the guys who don't share their ambitions, don't share their plans with anyone, not at least until they've started, don't experience this. And they'll go on to do great, great things. Now, they will fail. They will flop. There'll be moments where they feel like everything's going wrong. But they don't have to deal with the additional criticism, with the additional pressure externally, because they curated an environment, a mental space, whereby that is not something that is a possibility. They didn't share things with people. They didn't invite criticism. They didn't invite critique because they understood the importance of starting first. They understood the importance of just trying it out. It's not to say that they live in this Bruce Wayne-like reality where they're just lurking in the shadows and they're hiding from their friends and family, creeping out the door so that mum doesn't see them, or lying about their whereabouts. No. They just keep it short and sweet when people ask them questions about their ambitions, their projects. They understand the importance of just keeping it casual, keeping it cool. Oh, so what have you been up to? Oh, not much. Just been trying to get to the gym and working hard in the job. That sort of thing, cracking on by. And they play it safe. They play it smart because they're not sat there telling people, oh, well, I spent the day at work and then I went back from the gym and then I spent 4 hours doing this coding for this new website that I'm trying to launch within the next few weeks. Because they understand that now, unless that is being discussed with a relevant stakeholder, is a person that knows about something that they deeply want to do and could assert their own ideas or their own critiques and their own comments. And a smart guy understands that at this current stage, before things have arrived to a certain point, those comments and those critiques are not constructive. They are not going to help. Now look, there is a difference between strategic collaboration and critique from friends and family. It's possible that you sharing your idea with somebody who has experience doing the same thing that you are trying to do could add to the process. So let's not completely say that you should never share your plans, because there may well be a guy who is excellent at code that may be able to help you launch your website or launch your program, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be code. I want you to put this in the context of your own life. And it would be silly not to ask that person for some advice or for some guidance. What I am talking about here is not sharing things with really close friends and family, and especially not sharing things with people that are just acquaintances, because even friends and family, in some instances, don't want to see you win. You may have some secret haters within your really close circle. Don't then take the huge risk of inviting people who aren't even in that close circle to the deepest and most secret parts of your life. Your ambition, your side hustle, your project, the thing that you are looking to protect and build and, curate in this perfect way. Don't be inviting people who don't deserve that access to that information. One of the biggest mistakes a lot of guys make is sharing their plans, 1, too early, and 2, with people that don't deserve to see the blueprint. They just put it out there to the world. Hi guys, this is something that I really, really care about, and that I want to protect, and that I don't want anyone to destroy, and that I want to build, and I'm putting all this weight on it, this emotional emphasis on it, and they just post it on Facebook. And they just post it all over their social media for anyone to see. And it just seems bizarre to me. It seems bizarre to me. But look, the smart guys understand. The successful guys understand the importance of not sharing your plans, especially before you've even started. Because as well, you run the risk of never taking action. You run the risk of allowing the doubts and critiques of other people to paralyze you from doing what you want to do. Whereas if you just don't tell them and you start anyway, what you've done is you've started to exercise first and foremost your execution muscles, your ability to just take action. You know, once you do it once, it's easier to do it twice, and again, and again, and again. And secondly, you've added another string to your bow, another skill to your skill set. You've become more disciplined by doing something that you were, yes, fearful of, but knew needed to be done. All whilst not giving in to that sometimes annoyingly human necessity to share what's going on. There's a lot of benefits that come, essentially, from not blurting your plans. There's even more benefits that come from not sharing your plans with people that you can't absolutely trust. Make it your mission this year that you are going to become a guy who no longer talks. You're no longer going to be the guy who is constantly talking about what he is going to do, what he wants to do, what he's really motivated to achieve. No, instead you are just going to be the guy who gets it done and allows the work to do the talking for him. If you dedicated 6 months of your life from now to just achieving your goal, to just doing the thing that you wanted to do for a really long time but never got done, imagine where you would be. And imagine what everyone else around you would think of you. Imagine the respect that would be put on your name, because right now, maybe the people in your close circle think you're just a talker. They think you're just a yapper, a guy who talks about wanting to make change, talks about wanting to do all these great things, but ultimately never does. Imagine what they would say if 6 months from now you've achieved your goal, or you've come really close to achieving your goal, or you've built something special. You're not only going to get a huge increase in respect from them, which is big, but you're also going to have more respect for yourself. You're going to be able to look in the mirror knowing that, you know what, I'm a guy who does what he says he's going to do. I'm a guy whose words and actions align. Yeah, maybe I've not made it. Maybe I've not completed life. And none of us ever will, by the way. We're all going to be learning for a very long time until we're in a box or a small container. But again, maybe you haven't completed life, but you know you're on the right track and you have something to be proud of. You're in pursuit of something. You're working towards a goal. And a lot of guys can't say that. A lot of guys really can't say the same. And that all stemmed from your ability to close your mouth, not overshare, and get on with the work. It's so rare in today's day and age, which means that a lot of guys don't do that. But when a lot of guys don't do something, that is an opportunity for a small amount of guys to do something. And it is extremely valuable, and it is something that garners a tremendous amount of respect. Silent work. People love to see the success story of a guy who just didn't yap and didn't talk too much, but just grinded in silence and allowed his results to do the talking. it's almost double weighted success, because people know how easy it is to share things these days. You know, with technology, with this gravitational pull towards talking about your life and talking about your personal life and talking about your ambitions all the time on every platform, it garners so much respect when a guy works his way up but didn't feel the need to talk about it. Make that guy you. And this year, actually do what you said you were going to do last year. But this time, don't talk about it. Just get it done. Anyway, guys, if you took some value from this video today, be sure to smash the like button, comment your thoughts down below, and consider subscribing to my channel for much more from me. As always, guys, thank you for your time and your attention, and I'll see you in the next one.